Funding for Off 90 is provided in part by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota.
Cruising your way on this episode of Off 90. We explore a garage sale that extends for 100 miles along the Minnesota-Wisconsin border. We meet an artist who makes abstract paintings in Rochester. Also in Rochester, we drop in on a music workshop for youngsters. And join us as we tap maple trees and make delicious maple syrup the old-fashioned way. It's all just ahead, Off 90. Hi, I'm Barbara Keith. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Off 90. It has some of the best scenery in Minnesota, and it's a bargain hunter's dream. It's known as the 100-mile garage sale, and it runs on both sides of the Mississippi River every May since the 1990s. In Minnesota, from Winona to Hastings, shoppers can find that odd collector's item or that piece of antique furniture that they've been looking for. It's like going on vacation to shop for your treasures.
We started out with one of the prettiest spots in the whole world that people want to come to anyway. One of our tourist ideas is the 100-mile garage sale. We are the largest garage sale in the world.
All right, where are we gonna go? Hey.
It's both sides of the river. Starts up north with Hastings and Prescott are our northernmost cities down to Winona. Here we are in Lake City. Lake City is right smack dab in the middle of Lake Pepin.
All right, and how many garage sales are on the tour this year?
Literally thousands.
Garage sale! Hey, I wonder if this trucker's gonna honk at me. He did! Yay! I wonder what's the difference between a garage sale and a yard sale? And for that matter, what's a rummage sale? A garage sale. Do you need to have a garage?
You don't need to have a garage. You don't need to have a storage space. You just need a piece of real estate 2 feet by 2 feet to put your stuff out and put a tag on it.
How do garage sales work? I'm gonna find out. Now, how many years have you been participating in this garage sale?
I think we've been doing it all 20 years.
And what are you doing here today?
We've been coming down here for probably the last 5 years or so, just antiquing and buying old stuff.
I notice you're here looking at fishing poles at this garage sale.
Yeah.
Are you a fisherwoman?
Oh yeah.
And
I outfished my husband many times.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Good.
This one right behind us, they did a great job. They've got stuff spread out, that all sorts of stuff. They've got paintings and pictures and glassware, and they even got an Elvis.
It's Elvis! Elvis! Elvis, I love you. Hi!
Hey.
So,
What are
you're
you
just here at
doing here?
sales?
Yeah, checking out the sales.
Me too.
This street, High Street, is infamous for garage sales. So people come down and go up and down this street. We had people from Texas and South Dakota and Wisconsin yesterday.
Had a couple of fantastic big rugs that I really need for my basement because I don't have carpet. And my babies play down there.
I know,
so.
your grandbaby.
Yeah, my baby sounds
Nice.
good. And my hubby got a wonderful torque wrench to redo his big tractor. He's
Good. Did you get some good deals?
Finding some great deals.
We've sold everything from farm equipment to camping gear, furniture obviously, and a lot of dishes. We're just in it to get rid of some of the things we've gathered over the years, thought we needed, and haven't looked at them since we bought it.
There's no official sign up. You just say you're going to have a garage sale, put some stuff out in your garage or your driveway and put a sign up and people find you.
Okay.
And like the street we're on right now, you go up and down the street here and there's probably 20 of them on this street. And you see the cars driving by slowly, checking things out. And they say, oh, there's something I want. And they pull over and they jump out and they go.
And they go running in.
They go running in, yep, before somebody else snatches it from them. So.
Okay, good.
We're pickers. We buy and resell mainly furniture. So we got a big van and we've got our trailer and we're just started in Lake City today and we're just heading south. We pretty much got the trailer full. We just got to get the van full and we'll be done.
Wow.
How about you guys?
Well, we're just kind of looking around. I have been trying on a lot of hats. Now this is Indiana Jones. Arr. Arr. I'm looking for some white daisies or a Roomba vacuum cleaner. Have you seen that here?
Not at this one.
All right, thanks. Okay, I'm gonna catch a big one. Gonna reel a huge fish in because here we are at the Mississippi River.
People have been really good about going. I mean, like, you know, $15. I'm like, will you take 10? Yeah.
Ah,
So it's good.
nice.
I love to try to see if I can make that work.
A little
you know.
haggling.
A little bit. It's
Good.
good. That's what makes it fun.
And I understand you've already unloaded one full truck and trailer's worth, and now you're back for more.
We unloaded the truck into the trailer,
Okay.
so we still have room.
Okay, good. Well, good luck to you. Is there anything specific you're looking for the rest of the day?
Oh, whatever hits us it's just the search that's fun. So
It is fun to just be out and about, isn't it?
And we have about 10, 11 of us that come from our area all at once, so we kind of hang out in the evening and stuff and make a weekend of it.
Fishing poles, other stuff, good stuff. What do you look for in a fishing pole?
I look for how it's lightweight, and if it pops back on you like that.
Okay. Well, what'd you find that's the best thing you found today?
We like kind of vintage dressers and kind of retro looking furniture. That seems to be pretty good to resell, so
Cool.
happy about that.
Today is a gorgeous day. What happens if it's raining?
Well, if it was raining, the 100-mile garage sale goes on, rain or shine, or even snow. You know, a couple of years ago, we had a blizzard with 18 inches of snow that weekend.
$5.
Okay, thanks. Oh, you know what I'd like to be when I grow up? A clerk at a garage sale.
Really don't need a map. All you need is a pair of eyeballs, because as you drive around, you will see signs and arrows, and you will find garage sales whether you want to or not.
And how many garage sales have you been to
I
today?
lost count.
Okay. And you love garage sales. Do you ever go to any?
That's where we got most of this stuff.
After taking time out to raise his family, Paul Wallach Roth was drawn back to making art. His work includes abstract paintings and ebony drawings. Paul feels that art is more important now than ever to engender beauty and spirituality in a technology-driven world. It is the act of creating something from nothing that gives Paul a sense of purpose and balance in his life.
Artwork has a price. Just don't let fear take you. Don't let fear prevent you from living. Don't let fear prevent you from creating. My name is Paul Wallach Roth. I live in Rochester and I try to do artwork. I paint. If you're going to really create artwork, it's not like that you're doing it for the guy next door or for a gallery or something. It stands in need of you. And so like there's a period of time where you get away from the art altogether and you don't even think about it. And I suppose there must be things that are going on levels that I'm unaware of. And at one point it comes out and it's like, it has to be expressed. Then you can explode onto the canvas or on that painting or the drawing and just let it happen. And not like have your preconceived notions of what it's supposed to be, but just simply allow it to happen. Even if it's an ugly painting and nobody else in the world loves it or likes it, it might actually be the best piece that I do. And then I can live with that. I was actually just scribbling, and different aspects of the drawing was like acting on itself, and that's when I came up with these these strands that could be either DNA or muscle with like pockets or contortions and all that stuff. So that was probably the piece where it really was beginning to happen. And then I just went with a vein of thought about making these larger things, and there were spheres, and then how they like push and pull on each other or tear each other apart, or ascending or descending. That involves biomorphic abstractions. Biomorphic abstractions just mean that it's something that's not hard edges, that's something that's resemblant of something that's organic. I have a show that's being generously shown by Sylvan Durbin at the Owatonna Art Center. The show is critically important to me because it'll be a platform to what my next work will be. The pitfalls and the problems that I failed in my last paintings, I won't make those same mistakes, hopefully. I'll have learned from those and then go from there. The artwork that I have really isn't meeting the needs what I have and where I want to go with it. So I've decided that probably after the show, whatever hasn't sold or what I haven't already promised to somebody to give as a gift, I'm going to wash over them, or I'm going to probably tear the paintings up or the drawings up. And so, like, not to be too dramatic like what they did in the 60s with burning their artwork, but it's important for me to know that I don't hold the artwork too you know, like it's too precious. And I think that's one of the problems that was endemic to the last piece or art what I did, was that I'm like making all these plans and trying to make it graphically exciting. And at the same time, I think that sense of immediacy and that sense of genuineness was probably lost a little bit in the shuffle. So for me, after the show, I'm gonna start over and see what comes from it. I do happen to have ADHD, and medication is a good thing in terms of as a formulary for us to be able to be more predictable with the world around us, maybe more, some instances, more productive or more efficient. But I believe that taking medication, I think, will probably preclude my ability to actually delve into a true creative process that I feel like I really have to do at this point in my life. I don't want to know what I'm going to do. I want to discover it. I want it to come upon me just as important as any of the most important events in my life that defined me weren't things that I had any idea were going to happen 2 seconds before it. Sometimes you find out about yourself under the worst circumstances. Then you can say, like, wow, I did okay in this instance with this, you know, challenge or something like that.
Students in Rochester Public Schools recently had a chance to work with composers from Mexico thanks to the efforts of Vocal Essence, a Minnesota choral music organization. The program, Cantaray, brings international composers to help local students understand a little bit more about Mexican culture and music compositions. The instruction culminated in a community concert for all to enjoy.
I am Rodrigo Cadet. I'm a composer and conductor. I am from Mexico City, and I started with music when I was 8 years old. with some piano and organ lessons. And music has been part of my life since a little kid. I do all kinds of music, but I'm focused mainly on the academic music. I'm what you would call a classical musician. My skills are oriented to that, and I'm open to all kinds of music. I love working with children. I think that sometimes we misunderstand what's the meaning of childhood. As I see it, we are always children, and working with that part of the human being, of the human life, it's pretty important because you can teach them and you can show children what is important in life. And what I try to do is to, through music, give them not just music lessons, but to show them that music is a metaphor of life. And it's a universal language that can help them to improve their view of their lives and be better human beings. There you go.
My name is Amanda Timmer, and I'm the Education Manager for Contouré in Rochester. Vocal Lessons Contouré in Rochester is a program that brings Mexican composers to work with students at the elementary and high school level and community groups. The composers write their own music and they bring that to teach to the students. They have different residencies. We've had one-week residency in January where the composers came and introduced students to themselves. They talk about Mexican music, they talk about Mexican culture, they even do a little bit of geography so the kids kind of understand where they come from. Then there's another residency, this 2-week residency in April, where the students really get to focus in on the music that the composers have written for them and that they've worked so hard to kind of customize for these kids. So they work on pronunciation, they work on vocal technique, and then through the music they get to learn a little bit more about the culture and get to learn some of the music might be a folk song, based on a folk song from Mexico. So they get to learn the background of the music, which really is neat for these kids to understand what they're singing and also feel the emotion of the music.
Okay, so the small group in the front is ready. Are you ready? Are you really ready? Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so you're going to hear. So it's all about getting to know each other through the music and give all these beautiful children the experience to perform for others and to improve the communication between the community. Everyone! Music is a language that it's easy to get involved with. So I think that it's the fastest way, the quickest way to introduce a culture, you know? You don't need like to read any book or to find a map. Just by the music, you can start to get to know a new culture or a new country. Music is very direct. You don't need like a special preparation for it. When you teach them, when they get the direct message, I think that's all they need. I always have thought that the limit of the children, it's the teacher. So the better the teacher, the better the student. So I think they don't have like boundaries. They are like always open to grow, and as long as you have the perspective and the vision to take them to places where they have never been, that's what you have to, that's what you need to have in mind when you work with children. Monday's concert is going to be a fun concert. We're going to have 2 elementary schools, one choir, which is part of a club called Juntos Club, and we're having high schools, and also the vocal lessons ensemble is going to come all the way from Minneapolis to join us at that fabulous concert. So we're going to have mainly a lot of music. And Novelli, the other composer, and I have been working really hard with the elementary schools and the high schools to show the community some of our music and show them also how this diversity of cultures gets involved with their students and show them a pretty good and a pretty fantastic concert.
This is the first time that the program has been in Rochester. The feedback that we get is that kids really enjoy getting to learn about the composers. They are full of questions. They want to know even the silliest things like, what is your favorite food, to tell me more about Mexico or help me understand a few more Spanish words. It's just neat to see the kids learning music and really able to express themselves through the music. So that's one of the greatest parts about the program.
I see a lot of diversity, you know? We have children of different parts of the states, and some of them are even from other countries. And to get to see that they are all the same, and they have the same concerns, the same happiness, I think that's what I've enjoyed the most, and to see how music transforms them and gets into them and makes them happy. I think that's the most that I have enjoyed, to see how music can transform the children, and by the children, the community.
Maple syrup, real maple syrup, the heavenly sticky sweetness that graces the breakfast table. The Herring family in Waterville, Minnesota has been making maple syrup for generations. Today, they use modern equipment to harvest the sap, but in the beginning, it was just a tap and a tree.
My name is Ward Herring. I'm the grandfather of this operation. My dad, I was helping, walking around in the woods, helping him carry pails and taps and helping him hook up the pails. And I would hold a little cup on it and take a drink of the water that come out of the tree, and it was semi-sweet. That was the first sap I tasted about I was 10 years old. It's interesting, and it's something we always did. It was kind of a hobby. You know, we'd do so much for the family, and you know, for 1 year. I'd take a shoemaker and we'd break off a limb just the right size or saw it off, and take a hot iron, you know, heat it up an iron and run it through the soft core of a shoemaker, and then we'd use that for a tap years ago, and then tap that into a tree. And then set the pail on the ground and let it drip into the pail then. That's the way my great-grandpa did it. Well, we used to have an arch in the woods, like a fireplace arch. We had a pan about 4 foot wide, 8 foot long, and 8 inches deep. And we'd have this set on the arch, and we'd fill it full of sap from the trees. We'd gather it in, and then we'd take and go to work and cook it, get it halfway down, then we added some more, and then we'd keep cooking a little bit, and then finally about the second or third time we'd try to finish it off. Out in the woods, then we'd take it and put it in a cream can, and then we'd take it home and reprocess it from there. My dad and I used to dip our bread in it, just break a chunk in quarters, a chunk of bread, and dip it, and have it, a cup of coffee and that was it. Now, back then it was fun. We'd just gather 100 pails. We'd have sometimes 150 pails, and we'd gather it and cook it down and And we'd sit by the fire at night till midnight, and then we'd fill the pan up and fire up good and come back next morning and continue going. Then we'd just refire the pan and keep on cooking until it was finished. The air is fresh. The air, you know, it's just in the woods is a different story. The earth underneath you is new earth. It ain't been disturbed. You know, everything's fresher out here in the woods. I mean, you know, it's just plain like you're reborn again or something. I'm glad it's being carried on. And I'm glad to see other people getting into it also, because I think they're missing something if they don't do it. If they got a woods, they're missing it. Get out there and do it.
That's all for this episode. Please help Off 90 meet its financial obligations by becoming a member of KSMQ Public Television. Give us a call at 507-481-2095 or 1-800-658-2539 or sign up online at ksmq.org. Thanks for watching. Join us next time, Off 90.
Funding for Off 90 is provided in part by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota.